Hi, Farmington. It's Kristen Sherlock again, and I have one of my favorite people here in Farmington with me today, and I can't wait to tell you about the new work that he's working on. So let me introduce you to Jon Midget.
It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me, Kristen.
I'm so glad that you're here. So tell me a little bit about your background.
So the biggest thing about me is I have been a teacher now for, 15 years I've been a teacher.
Has it been that long? Okay.
Yes, I've taught 5th grade for 10 years, and I'm a teacher here at Canyon Creek Elementary in Farmington.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Yes.
So then tell me about your side projects.
So,
What do you do in your spare time?
Yes, so in my spare time, I really like to write, and for many years I have written various plays or musical reviews for the drama club that I lead at Canyon Creek.
Fun. So if we come to Canyon Creek, we might have a Jon Midget original?
You totally might have a Jon Midget original if you come to Canyon Creek and see our plays.
Wonderful.
So writing and music, those are two of the big things that I do a lot.
Okay. So writing plays and music, where does your creativity come from?
That's a good question. This is actually a story I tell my students a lot.
Okay.
When I was in 5th grade, we had a 1st grade buddy.
Yes.
And it's funny, I still do that in 5th grade.
Yes.
And we were assigned to write a story that we would then read out loud to our 1st grade buddies.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I ended up writing a 115-page monster.
Oh my goodness.
And then I was upset that my 1st grade buddy got bored when I was reading that out loud to him. But my basic writing background goes back to then.
So it got started back to the 5th grade.
That's right, yeah.
What did your teacher think? Just as a side note, I'm just interested.
My teacher has passed away, sadly.
Aww.
And it's very unfortunate because she was by far my favorite teacher I ever had.
Aww.
Her name was Marilyn Schofield. She was a singer and a very creative person, and she had a huge impact on me. Unfortunately, she passed away. She had cancer about 15 years ago.
It's wonderful when, as a child, you have that village that supports you.
That's right, yeah.
And teachers leave such an impact, positive or negative, on a child's life.
That's right, and definitely you can look back at that teacher, and she had a big impact on me, both as a teacher and as a writer.
Person. So then tell me about this book, because this is one of your first published works.
This is, yeah. The original ideas to this story actually go back to when I was in high school.
Okay.
So this has been a long time brewing in my head.
Okay.
I had this idea. It was based on me and a couple friends. I call it the 3 epic wusses.
Okay.
And we were kind of wannabe fantasy heroes who accidentally stumble our way through saving the world, basically. And that idea, I mean, if you read Catch the Wind, you'll recognize the germ of that idea, but you'll also see how much has changed since then. But the original idea goes back to when I was in high school.
Fun.
About 8 years ago, I wrote Catch the Wind as a play for Canyon Creek's drama club.
Oh, nice.
I wrote the script, I wrote the original music, and so forth. And that play is pretty much the same as part 4 of the novel right now. One of the kids who I had as a test reader, she was in the play and she still had her script, and she loved reading the lines that were in the play that now are in the novel as well, and seeing the two. What I realized is there are a lot of things that happened prior to the play that I felt were important to the story. A lot of the backgrounds to some of the characters. Where do they come from? How did they become like they became?
One of the things that's really nice about books is like creating this whole world.
That's right.
And trying to understand from the character's perspective why they made the choices that they made.
Exactly. And one of my models, as weird as this might be, is Victor Hugo's Les Mis. I don't know how many people have read Les Mis.
Or seen the play, maybe. But
right.
Preferably go read the book.
But in the book, it's like every time he introduces a character, you get a 100-page background story of that character. So when we first meet the bishop, we get this 100-page thing about the bishop. When we meet Fantine, we get this huge spiel about her whole background. When we meet Marius and so forth. And that's a little bit, like, it's not quite as long as Les Mis. It's not 1,500 pages. But I did a similar thing with these characters. I wanted to show where they came from, why they became the way they did. And so the ending of the book is pretty much the same as that original play.
Okay.
And the first 3/4 of the book is all the story of how they got to that point. How this witch Elwyn came to be, why Raya, the main character, is the only one that's capable of standing up to her, and those kind of questions. It's nice
to have that kind of background. Now tell me, who is this geared towards? What kind of age group or reading genre type?
I would say in general, probably, I know when I was a reader, I would have started being interested in this book right around when I was 13, 14 years old.
So like a middle reader then.
Yes. And then above that, I have some adults that read it that have really liked it and they really relate to it. My students, they relate to it, 10-year-olds. It probably helps that the author is with them.
Yeah.
I'd say in general, upper middle grade or upper young adult is when most people would start really enjoying it.
Okay. I'm excited then to read this. So this is called Catch the Wind. Is there anything else following Catch the Wind? Is this going to be a series?
I don't know. I self-published Catch the Wind, and I started raising the money through a Kickstarter campaign.
Okay.
And there are 3 books that I am publishing as part of this Kickstarter campaign, but they are not related. They're not a series.
Okay, not a series.
Yeah.
If we wanted to be part of the Kickstarter, where could we find that?
That is long over.
Oh,
so you can't contribute to the Kickstarter. That's okay. Kickstarter, people contributed $25 for a copy of the book, and you can buy the book for $25. It's like either way is the same amount.
So if we wanted to buy this book, where could we find Catch the Wind?
The best place to buy it would be at Amazon.
Oh,
and you can purchase the paperback that we have here. There's hardback that's available. It is available as an ebook. And we will be coming out with an audiobook version. That won't be for a few months, though.
Okay.
That'll be in the future, but that is in the works right now.
Oh my goodness, this is exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is wonderful. So if you like to read or you want your children to have something to read, my kids have read snippets of this already, and they've enjoyed it, both whether they were your students or at home when they found out I bought Mr. Midget's book. Catch the Wind. Go buy it on Amazon. It's so simple, right?
Yep.
Anything else that you want to share? Any parting words?
I would say it's intentionally intended to be thought-provoking and also something that pretty much every parent in the world would be happy with their kids reading. It is not intended to have anything that will be concerns for any parents.
Oh, right. No banned books.
Absolutely not. No, it's good.
Jon, thank you so much for meeting with me today and for helping me introduce Farmington to both you and your creative art. This is wonderful.
You're welcome. I'm happy to share, and I hope people are able to read it and enjoy the book.
Yes, so if you ever see Jon Midget around town, whether it's Station Park or at Canyon Creek at the play, stop and say hello. He'll love to catch up with you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Yep.
All right, bye Farmington.
Bye.
See you guys.